Here are a few of my honeybee hives. I love keeping honeybees, but they are also one of the reasons I'm going to talk about one of my favorite herbs today, which is plantain. Because even though most of the time they're pretty friendly, they're not always. And sometimes they leave me with little red spots. So I'm going to show you what plantain is and how I use it, and some other things about plantain. Here's one of my girls working now. Oh, and a bumblebee. They love this aster. Right under this is plantain. All of this is called broadleaf plantain. It's one of my favorite herbs. Has a lot of things that you can do with it. And even though I cannot recommend this, in the 1800s, the Indians would use this as rattlesnake bite remedy because of its ability to actually pull toxins back out of your skin. Whenever I get a bee sting, I'll take one of these leaves and just pick it. Make sure there's, not a lot of dirt and stuff on it. And then you actually chew it up. You can eat this. It's perfectly safe as long as it doesn't have stuff on it. You don't want to have some that has dog pee or something on it. But you chew this up and then you put it on your bee sting. And I'm having to move because the yellow jackets aren't happy with me and I am allergic to them. So anyway, you put it on your bee sting and you can actually feel the stinging again when you do that. And the reason is because the toxin stings when it goes into your skin, but then it stings again when it comes back out. So when you put the plantain on a bee sting that has already stopped stinging and then it starts stinging again after you place it on there, that's actually a good sign, because that means that it's trying to pull that toxin back out through your skin. And what you need to do is about every 2 hours get a new leaf and replace it on the bite or the sting, because it can only do but so much. So you don't just put it on there and then take it off the next day. But every 2 hours, take off the old poultice, get you a new piece, cover it with a piece of tape or band-aid or something, leave it on for about 2 hours, and then replace it again. Do this for at least 24 to 48 hours, depending on how bad the bite or the sting is. And that's what I do on all of my bee stings and almost all my bug bites. I do use this also for making my homemade ointments and homemade lip balms as well, because it has a lot of medicinal properties in it. And a lot of people don't like this because they consider it a weed, but it's a really high purpose weed, if you want to call it that. I just did some weed eating yesterday, so everything's kind of torn up around here. But I wanted to show this also because this is also plantain, and you can use either one. The other I showed was broadleaf, which there's one right beside here. This is the broadleaf plantain. This is English plantain. It has a narrower leaf in it. They both grow from a rosette in the center. Leaves come out, and they also have the tall stalks, which they don't have this time of the year. It's late September, so those are gone. But I do have some that have dried up stalks on them. I did find one that still had a fresh stalk. Sorry for the video quality. It's right on the edge of the shadow of my greenhouse, so it's kind of hard to see. But out of the center, you'll get these tall stalks with these seeds all the way up through here. The English plantain is similar, except that this part of the stalk is a lot taller, and you have the little top of this at the top. So that will be different. So you can tell the difference between the broadleaf and the English plantain. But like I said, either one of them is interchangeable. Like I said, these are edible. The best ones to eat are the young tender ones, because the bigger they get, the more fibrous they get, and they can be a little tough. They're also a little bit bitter, but a lot of that bitterness, it's like a bitter herb, but it's not real bitter. It's from the nutrition that's in it. American diets usually like to eliminate that bitterness, which a lot of the bitter herbs also has a lot of health benefits to it. One of the things that you can do to help tenderize a little bit is to quickly blanch them before putting them in the salad, and that can help soften them up a little bit as well. Well, please feel free to leave any comments and suggestions, and thank you for watching.